Hi Sage, it's Mr. Luke. Today I'm actually going to show you guys how to make another origami bunny, but this is one that you blow up and it's a little bit more complicated. So if you guys thought that the last origami bunny was maybe a bit too easy or you wanted to learn how to do something a little more complicated, I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. So I realized something as well is that a lot of you may not have origami paper, but in order to do origami you need square paper. So I'm going to show you guys how to take a piece of computer paper like this and turn it into square paper. Since I never bought origami paper, I thought it was maybe a little too expensive or something like that. So an origami paper has to be square. So the first thing we're going to do is pick one of these corners and fold it all the way so that it's square or straight with the opposite edge. And then we're going to crease it there, just like that. We're going to take a pencil like this and mark. Might be a little sloppy, but that's okay. But that makes that square. Then we can take a pair of scissors, cut this off. And voila, we have a square piece of paper. So the first step in making this bunny is we're actually going to pick one side, and if it's not already colored like normal origami paper is, we're going to take a pen, like a pencil or maybe a colored pencil, maybe a marker, and we're going to color it a little bit. You can color it as much as you'd like, but it's important to color because some folds are only going to be on one side. And this is how we're going to mark that. So we're going to flip it over to the non-colored side. We already have a diagonal fold here from making our square. If you already have square, you want to do one diagonal fold that way. And then we're going to do the diagonal fold the other way. So that our non-colored side has two diagonal folds. And we're going to flip it over to the colored side and do two straight folds, so right down the middle. So it makes a rectangle like that. Here's our first one. Turn it, do another one. So now we should have something that looks like this. Next, what we're going to do, we're actually going to flip it back over to our non-colored side, and we're going to do one of our diagonal folds again so that we make a triangle like this. And this part is a little tricky, but I think you guys will be able to do it. I'm going to grab two of these corners and see what happens when you push those two triangles inwards. It makes two more triangles on each side like that, right? So I want you to grab each of those triangles, push them in, and then with your thumbs, grab each of these other triangles. And then you're going to make one big one. So you're going to start from here. I'm going to push those in and grab those. And then you're going to lay it flat and crease it. So you should have a triangle that looks like this. Next, there should be two triangles on each side. Right, under each side, just like that. We're going to pick up one of them and fold them towards the top of the triangle. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then we're going to take the edge of this triangle that we folded in and fold it towards the middle, so it's pointing towards the middle of the triangle. Just like that. And this is what I like to call a fold check. So you'll know if all of your folds and your cuts have been really, really good is if you try to fold this in two and they meet up super well, then that means you've done a good job folding. And if not, it's no big deal. That just means the next time you do it, maybe you'll get closer. So we have these come in both sides. Then we're gonna fold the top of this, just that first layer, inwards over that flap, so that it'll make this other triangle. We're gonna do that both times, just like that, and then unfold it. Because in this first one that we folded inwards, there's actually a pocket. And we're gonna fold these flaps as far as you can into that pocket, just like this. It's not gonna go all the way in there because it's not gonna fit, but just as far as you can. These are gonna become its little legs. Do the same thing on the other side. And last time I did this, my hands were a bit smaller. Okay. So these are gonna be the rabbit's feet. Next, we're gonna turn it over and work on its face and its ears. The first step is we're gonna take this triangle corner and we're gonna fold it down to make one big triangle. One smaller one, I'm gonna figure. You're gonna line it up with the middle of that, and then crease it, and then do the same thing on this side. It's kind of looking like a paper airplane now. All right. Now that we're done with that, we're gonna grab this edge and we're gonna bring it so that it makes a different triangle. You just pull it forward like this, like that. Do the same thing on this side. Over time the triangles can get confusing, but if you get confused at any point, you guys can pause the video. Retrace your steps. Now this is looking a little lopsided to me. I don't know if you guys can see that, but now I know that, you know, because of my folds maybe early on, maybe they stacked up. Maybe it's not so even. But that's what's really cool, is now my rabbit's gonna look a lot different than that one, and I'm sure it'll look a lot different from your guys's. So next we're gonna grab this piece right here, the tip of this triangle we just folded, and fold it back in towards this left edge of the triangle right here. You might have to crunch down some paper there. It might be a little bit more difficult fold, and do the same thing here. So this edge is coming in to that edge of the triangle. Now it's starting to look like a rabbit, maybe a squash rabbit. So now all this stuff is actually blowing it up. So you can see that there's kind of this bottom layer and this top layer. And right there, there's gonna be a little hole. So let me try and blow that up. So unfortunately, when I went to blow this one up, it turns out that it had a tear in it and it could only blow up about this much. So it's looking quite a bit skinnier than this one, but there's nothing wrong with that. It just means it looks a little different. But I hope that you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy.